If all of us leave Nigeria, then who will be in Nigeria? Thank you very much.
Was done as a result of.
So they did a lot of operation on my face to restore it back to normal.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel.
So guys, as you all know, it's Ada here on the microphone. But this is going to be the part 2 or the second part of the interview I had with my dad. If you haven't watched the first part, it doesn't really matter. You can just go ahead with this video, and then when you're done, go back and watch the first part, okay?
You know it's Ada here, Ada Unleashed. If you're a new subscriber, thanks for tuning in, and if you're an existing subscriber, you know you're an OG. Let's dive right into this video. What was the hardest thing you went through as a child, and how did you overcome it?
During my time, my sojourn with my grandmother was when I fell from Ube tree. That was a very bad experience for me because I was there with my senior brother, immediate senior brother, Victor. And my mother went to a K market, a Kamorga market, and two of us were left with other boys. So we were playing. At a stage, I pointed at one pear. I told Victor that pear, I've been looking at it and that today I must pluck it. So we now said, let us know who will first of all reach that pear and bring it down. As I climbed the tree, Victor also climbed. The two of us went there. We were struggling on who will reach the pear before the other. And all of a sudden, the branch of the tree pulled off. I found myself on the ground. Before I know it, I was in Adazi, Catholic hospital in Adazi. That was where my mother's sister, because my mother was in a faraway Abakaliki, we were not with her. So my mother's sister took me immediately to the hospital. There? Yes, two of them were together in Abakaliki.
They were working there?
As at that time. My father was a fashion designer or tailor in those days. And my mother was just a housewife doing some petty trading at Abakaliki. So when I found myself in the hospital, it was a very ugly experience. And there, it is not like today, when you reach hospital, nobody is asking for money. I was immediately attended to. They did so many things without my father paying 1 naira. That was how I survived. I stayed almost 3 weeks in that hospital because it was a serious accident because I landed with my face on the roots of the pier. You know, so they did a lot of operation on my face to restore it back to normal. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been alive today, assuming it happened in the village where the hospital is not very close. But Ada's then was a very big hospital, so that was a very bad experience for me, and I wouldn't forget it in a hurry.
Do you remember any favorite story that your grandma or your grandpa told you as a child?
Yes, you know, in those days, folklore stories are the common things that are done towards the evening. After they come back from the work, they will teach you so many things. Story of tortoise and elephants, a lion and the sheep. So many stories are told. The one I enjoy most is the one between tortoise and elephant. How the tortoise deceived elephant. When a king was giving out his daughter in marriage, he said that whoever that will bring elephant to him, carrying elephant at the back, he will give out the daughter to that one in marriage. And the tortoise went to elephant and tricked elephant. You know, tortoise is a very cunning animal. He went and told elephant that he has a very important thing to do. He would want him to accompany him because elephant was his best friend and no other person. So elephant agreed. So as they agreed, the tortoise was following elephant at the back. They were going, and you know, tortoise cannot move very fast. So at a stage, he told the elephant, look, I'm getting tired, I can't continue. Maybe we have to put a rope in your head so that I will hold you, so that as you go along, you'll be pulling me along. Elephant said, if that will be the solution so that you can walk, let us do it. So tortoise tied rope at the neck of elephant and then went under him. And the elephant was going. As they approached the king's place, he started singing, my king, I have brought in elephants.
Sing it in Igbo.
Mike Ejaga repeated that in his popular music. Oh wow. Elephant will say, but Tortoise, what are you saying? He said, no, I said that I am going with elephants. Elephant is my best friend. He's the one that is leading me to the king. Until when he got there, I told king, later I brought the elephant and carried the rope and gave the elephant. Then that was how the tortoise married the king's daughter. The king said that whoever
brings the elephant
that will compel and bring the elephant to him by rope, that he will give out his daughter to the elephant, to the person. The lions were there, the goats were there, the sheep were there, but tortoise was the person that was able to cunningly lure elephants and brought him to the king and married the king's daughter. And you know, all this folklore in Igbo, they send a lot of messages that a wise man can always craft a way to achieve his objective. That is what the story was trying to illustrate.
What is the most embarrassing thing your mother or your father did to you as a child?
My father was a very fine gentleman who never wanted to hurt anybody. In fact, I enjoyed my father very well. Unfortunate thing is that he did not live long to benefit from us. He died very early.
At what age?
At the age of 70. I lost my mother before my father, so none of them lived long enough to benefit from us. And that is one of the things that I regret in my life. Because it's always good when somebody has suffered to bring up children, for the children to turn back and say, Father, thank you very much for what you did for us. But you never had that opportunity.
Well, you have that opportunity. You will enjoy yourself.
We are looking upon you people.
What 3 adjectives would your grandparents use to describe you?
My grandparents, I met my grandmother, I didn't meet my grandfather. But my father used to call me a smart boy. Smart boy in the sense that I fought a lot as a child. All my age mates are scared of me. And I beat them up on the slightest provocation. My mother, whatever that happened outside, if I come back, my mother asks me, did you do this? And if I say yes, it can go to any length to defend me and fight for me. That is one thing. I don't tell her lie. But the worst was the time I fought one of my age mates in the village school. You see, what was happening in those days that during classes, some group of people will go and lay ambush. When they know that I was not in class in school,
that's
they will go and lay ambush for some of my mates and beat them up. So at one time, this thing happened. So when I resumed school, they told me what they did to them. So I said today we are going to deal with them today. So as the school closed, we ran home, we were on our way home, we went and laid ambush for them. And this boy that championed the assault of my friends was the first person I descended on. And he fell down and fainted. And that was the funny part of it. They took those pan white tappers who were going home. When they came around, they saw the guy was almost there. They had to carry him, took him to the mother. They poured water on him. After some time, he came back. He woke up for life, but not without. He was taken to chemist. And after those treatments, they said my mother must offset the cost, take the cost of everything that happened to that boy. And my mother did. The young man is still alive today. So each time we meet,
in the village,
become very crazy. Yeah, of course now.
Wow.
Of course.
Do I know the person? Do I know the person?
No, you wouldn't know him. Because they were not very close, or they live far away near that Anglican church. We live down.
Okay, wow. If you could go back to one day in your childhood, which day would that be and why?
As children, we used to go fishing. There was a time I went fishing. We used small boats to go to Ezu River where we fished during dry season. Well, I was a good swimmer, but that day there was a place that children don't enter. So I entered that particular where the two big, I call it river or stream, but it's a very big stream. It's a very big stream. Where they meet, there was a time one tributary and the other met. I entered there because the place used to be very, very fast and strong. So as I entered there, my boat stumbled and I was almost And it took special grace of God for me to flow with the stream until I got to a place where I held a tree and refused to move before I could get help to take me away from that place.
That's one day you definitely would not want to go back to.
Yes, of course.
Really,
of course, it was very bad.
It
was very bad. And that stream is where you have crocodiles, very big ones. You know, so we try to avoid those areas. But luckily for me, I survived.
How are you most different from your parents and grandparents?
A child must resemble either the father or the mother. My father, of course, was not a very rough person during his youth, but of course, he was a very handsome man, admired within the entire community, and that's why I always
with
tell
his mustache,
which I'm shaving. He wasn't shaving his own. I had something like that, you know. So my father was admired. He was a very strong man in terms of farming when he came back to village. In fact, when he came back from Abakaliki, when the Civil War started, no farmer could beat him in our community, even though he was not at home farming. He was able to overtake all the farmers in that community and became one of the strongest in terms of taking care of the family and accepting my grandmother when they ran away from Amobia.
Last question, you've come a long way. What do you think of Nigeria and its current economic situation?
Well, as you see me, I have traveled all the way from Anambra State or Southeast or Eastern region to Maiduguri. It's like going from one extreme to the other. I've stayed in Kaduna, Kano, Denmark, I've been to Spain, I've been to Sweden. One thing that is the problem in Nigeria is leadership. There is nothing more again. Things are not working in Nigeria. In a place where from 1978, I don't know of power generation, but we know that Cage Dam was existing as at that time. We were getting stable lights everywhere. But today, we're supposed to have expanded our power supply base. But those things have not been done.
Unfortunately.
Despite the fact that there is money in Nigeria, so much money. And that was why somebody like Mbakwe was asking that he should invite the white people to come back and take over the country. So Mbakwe said this, and that is where white people are restive, including me. I'm not happy with the country. It is not because the nation has no money, but because nation's resources could not be properly managed. No investments in infrastructure. If we had invested the money we made in the 70s, when we had the so-called oil boom, all these problems wouldn't have been here. Today, most of the industries that are existing in Nigeria, they're all running away. There's no power. Look at, we are discussing here now. There's no power. How can you talk of investments coming into a country that cannot afford to run power? If you're running a company on generator, you will not be able to break even. Where will you market the product? Because you buy diesel, you service your generator. Unlike in Europe, when I traveled to Denmark, I never noticed anything like power failure. The same thing in Spain, the same thing in Sweden. And here, these are the countries that don't have natural resources, especially Denmark. Denmark fed mostly on agriculture. Look at the land in the north, look at the land in the south. Very arable land that yet hunger is people. Everything is imported. So we pray that God will give us a leader that has the interest of the country and ready to work and has vision. I'm not currently a politician. If I had been a politician before then, I would have known where I am by this time. We are just encouraging that those that go into politics should remember that if Nigeria is good today, it's for everybody.
Yes, of course.
Otherwise, people want to go their separate ways.
So, Daddy, those are all the questions. Thank you so much for answering.
Thank you, my daughter. And, I pray that you people will get something serious doing. Everybody wants to leave Nigeria. If all of us leave Nigeria, then who will be in Nigeria? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Daddy, for being on my channel. So, guys, you've heard from the Horse's Mouth. This edition
Thank you very much,
was done as a result of You know, it was done because today is Father's Day around the world, and next week we'll celebrate it
Yes,
in
we
our
will celebrate
Church.
our own on
Yeah.
26th of this month.
So Daddy, I just want to thank you for being on my channel.
Thank
As
you
you've
very
heard,
much, and thank
my
you,
dad
viewers.
is a very smart and intelligent man. Like, I admire him so much, and he's like my role model because I look up to him, and he trained all of us, you know, in the right way and path to go. So we're super duper proud of him. We've taken his advice, and we couldn't be more proud of the people we are today, even as we strive to be better individuals. So thank you so much, Daddy, and happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you
and
very
I
much.
love you.
And me too.
Thank you so much, Daddy.
I appreciate.
So guys, before he leaves, if you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a sweet comment. What do you think about my dad? Also, please share this video if you found it very interesting. Thanks for being here, and I'm going to see you in another video. Bye.
And thank you, viewers. And bye.
You.